video. Just want to say before I start today's video, as you can tell by the title, we're doing today things that I do definitely that I love about my Focus ST. But I have to give credit where credit is due. I've been thinking about this for a long time, but a fellow YouTuber that I watch and I'm a follower of on Instagram, the Gear Change, I'll leave his links down below to his YouTube channel as well as his Instagram. It's in the link below. I've got the idea from him to do this video, so definitely go give him a subscribe and give him some love over on Instagram. But I thought I'd just have to get that out there first, because I did ask him and he said no, that's perfectly fine. So I'd just rather be honest about it. So yeah, so starting off, like as you could tell, I've always got a grin on my face when I drive this car. That's because I started it off with number one. It's just the pure power of this car. I'm not entirely sure what it's running at yet, but hopefully in a future video we will be able to find out. Yeah, so we're thinking it's about 300, like 290, 300 odd brake, but I'm not entirely sure. So fingers crossed we'll be able to get that sorted out, because like, this thing is just so good on power. So hopefully, yeah, we'll be able to figure out that soon. Moving on to number two, it's got to be the sound. To go with the power, you've got to have the sound, and these 5-cylinder turbo cars are just the best sounding engines, I think, in my life. Like, you've got the 6-cylinder 2Js and RBs. They just don't. They're a beautiful sounding car and an engine. Do not get me wrong, but for something you can get in a hot hatch that's like reasonably cheap to buy these days. Like I paid just under £3,000 for this, and it's £3,000 well spent. Like I cannot fault it whatsoever. The 5-cylinder turbos, like it's even the same for like the RS3s, the Audi TT RS, the Audi Quattros. That 5-cylinder turbo noise is just one of the best things I've ever heard. I just can't fault it whatsoever. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's just one of the best things I've ever done is buy this car. Oh, it's just amazing. Moving on to number three, it's got to be the handling side of things on this. This is going to be one of the best handling cars I've owned. I've only owned 3 cars that can legally drive on the road. Like, we've had the Polo. That was a decent handling car, but yeah, it's just the back end was just so unpredictable. With it being a solid rear beam axle, it was such an unpredictable car. Like, I bet if I did manage to get around to actually polybushing that rear axle, I bet it would have been alright. But yeah, it was alright, but this thing is completely different, and I haven't even got to experience it fully yet. If I was to actually go out and spend the money on rebuilding the rear axle like I'm planning on doing, because I need new lower arms because the bolts are seized in the bushes. I need new upper camber arms because the bolts are seized in the bushes. It's just where it hasn't been touched in ever by the looks of things. It's just got to get done. And I think with that point, it will be probably one of the best handling cars I think I'll ever own. Especially when I get the adjustable camber arms and polybush the rear axle. I think it will really sort this car out and really be able to fine tune the handling perspective of it. It will get done eventually. Like this car is probably, mixed with the power, has definitely got to be probably one of the best things about it. Power mixed with the handling. This car is just probably one of the best things on this road, I believe. Like, there are some good handling cars up there. I'm not going to deny that whatsoever. There's probably cars out there that can out-handle this with their eyes fucking closed. I'm not going to deny, obviously, this being front wheel drive, a very heavy front wheel drive, it will understeer a bit through corners, but and nonetheless, it's something that I can easily see like my parents jumping in and driving and actually getting along with. Like, I know my dad's driven it a bit, but I want him to actually drive it properly, go down some proper like B roads or something like that, and probably get him to feel the actual handling of his car, how the weight shifts. I think he's going to enjoy it. But moving on to the next point, one of the next ones is that is pretty damn funny, if you want to say, but it's just how I quite like how weirdly priced it is to buy things for it, because some things that are ST Pacific are through the fucking roof. Like, the price for them are completely through the fucking roof for some things, and there's some stupid little things as well, like for the front wings, just because it's got an ST badge on it and it's got a hole drilled in for the side skirt to sit in. It's like people are wondering, like, 150 quid a wing. What the fuck? But then you go and get like a standard Ford Focus wing, which is the exact same, just hasn't got the little hole drilled at the bottom of it for the side skirt to clip into, and you can get a pair for 100 quid. What the fuck? It makes no sense. And it's just like, yeah, like how compatible things are between a standard Focus and this ST are quite amazing. Oh, just the claps as well. Oh, see, it just, I can't get over how good this car sounds. But yeah, it's like, so yeah, it's just random bits and pieces of it that I kind of feel like some prices of it, things are stupid. Like, if I wanted to buy an upgraded intercooler, like a stage 1 or stage 2 intercooler, I'm looking at 400 or 500 quid. The fuck? But then you go and look out, like, I paid for that sensor in last week's video. If you haven't seen it already, the playlist for the ST project will be in the link in the description. Like, that sensor alone was like 70 odd quid. Like, what? It's stupid, and some of the prices of things, just because it's ST Pacific. But yeah, so now cover the things that I like about the car. I'm now going to be covering the things that I don't quite like about the car. And for this being one of my dream cars, there's some things in it that I kind of overlooked because how much I wanted this car. Not this car specifically, but the car in general. Like, and one thing that does let me down quite a bit is just, and it's the biggest one out the lot, is the overall build quality. I don't know what it is, but with Fords, and this goes for all Fords, not just the Focus, all Fords, the build quality is just not there for me. Like, it's like they've tried in some aspects and then could not be asked in another. Like, I don't know if it might be something different for the on the facelift, because I haven't really had much dealings with them or much of a real look around a pre-facelift. I've driven a few from work because obviously that's what I do for a job. After I fix it, I've got to test drive it. I've got a friend who's got a facelift ST, and I never got to really go in it. So maybe we have to try and see if he would come on the channel for a video in it. You know who you are, man. DM me, mate. We've been saying we want to do it for a while, get the two cars together, so why not? But yeah, it's just the build quality in general is just not where I want it to be. It's just like, it's just lots of creaks and cracks, and that I don't think should be there. I could really look into it and try and figure out what's gone wrong or what's causing it. It's probably just some of the clips have got weak over time or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, just some of the build quality could be better. Another thing that I don't like about this car, again, it goes back to what I was just saying about some of the things I like, is the prices because it's an ST. Some things are stupidly bloody priced and they should not be that priced. It was like I was looking at getting some, what was it that I was looking at? Because obviously it's got like a the spoiler extender, the lifter. It was like 50 quid for those. And a piece of plastic that you stick under your spoiler. But because it's for the ST or Z-Tech S, because it's got an extra badge on it, they put the price up. And that goes to all cars, like for Ford as well. Because my other mate has got a Fiesta ST Mark 7.5, and he did the same thing. He's put the spoiler lifters on his, and he said that yeah, they were, for what the price of them were, they were a bit expensive. And he could back me up on this. I know he watches videos. You know who you are, man. Like, the ST prices for some reason are fucking stupidly through the roof. But why? It is a bit of a nightmare. Another thing that I don't like about the Focus, to be honest with you, is the body styling of it. Some days I like it, some days I don't. If you look at it from certain angles, it looks a bit weird. And it's just it just does, again, it goes back to that build quality factor. So they just didn't try hard enough. It's just like they needed a quick car to quickly chuck out, and they just chucked this out. They improved it a bit with the facelift, which is why it had a longer run than the pre-facelift. But talk of STs, let's go away now. They just I don't know what it was, but they didn't really care too much about this the pre-facelift. Not to say it's not a good car, because I absolutely love this car. Nothing would ever make me sell it. Wow. No, nothing would ever make me sell it. It's yeah. But I don't know. It's just there's a lot of things that they could have improved on, I think, or done a bit better. Like they kept the same design, but just perfected it just a little bit more. But I don't know. Maybe we'll try to do that ourselves. You get like the bump. There's a new bumper that I've seen that I want to get. There's some other lights and stuff like that I want to get as well. So we'll see. I don't know yet, but we'll see. We got a long time with this car, and we could do a lot to it. So we'll see what we can do. Yeah. So, and another thing that is a bit of a love-hate relationship with this car is the sizing of it. Being a 3-door, it's quite big for a 3-door. Like, you think hot hatch, you think like Corsa VXR, you think Fiesta ST, you think 500 above, you think that sort of size. This thing is fucking huge for a hot hatch. Like, I thought the Golf Rs and the Golf GTIs were a bit big. This thing is fucking bigger. They're fucking, yeah. So it's just, I'm not knocking it. Like, I love the space in it. It's like between when I got my missus sat next to me, like I can change gears, not twat her leg like I did in the Polo. Every time I put it in reverse, I would have to caress her leg with my knuckle. It was just not comfortable. But this thing is comfortable, and this is what another thing that I like about it. It's just comfort, and it's just comfort, but with the handling, it's just perfect. But that's where I'm going to leave today's video here. Thank you very much for watching. If there's anything else you wish for me to do an actual proper point of view driving of this thing, please let me know in the comments down below. Please do like and subscribe. And if you don't mind, please do share this video about it. It would mean the world to me. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.